Hey folks, this is Katya, the vegan powerlifter, and here is a quick video for those who are considering hiring a coach. I am just going to talk about my personal procedure. I have my list and get started. And if you like this channel, please like the video and subscribe if you haven't yet. There are a lot of useful free resources in the links in the description, as well as affordable self-guided programs if you are kind of curious, but not ready to get one-on-one coaching yet. So first, if you are considering hiring me or another coach, I think most people have a relatively similar progress if they are a decent coach that doesn't just sell like courses and not monitor anybody. I think if somebody has, maybe 30 clients-ish, I think that's about average for coaches, or less, because they usually also have a different job, another job. Probably 20 to 30 clients is average for a decent coach. They spend quite some time with their clients. First, I get on a phone call or a video call with my potential client, and I ask them to fill out a coaching application if they haven't yet, and if they have, I read through it, and I can ask more detailed questions, which would involve their goal of hiring a coach. Why do they reach out to me? How do they find me? What are they hiring a coach for? Is it to prepare for a competition? Is it to lose body fat? Is it to get stronger? Is it to go vegan? Is it to get stronger on a plant-based diet? Is it healthy aging and just kind of never had one? I just wanted to try this out. I just wanted to improve my physical skills in the gym and learn correct technique. All of those are good reasons. So we talk about that. We spend about half an hour, 45 minutes, an hour talking about whatever the person needs from me. I take a shit ton of notes and then ask them questions about the things that I might have missed or the things that they have not covered, such as, do they have injuries? Have they had eating disorders? Have they had problematic relationships with exercise? Like, have they been made to exercise for whatever reasons? Maybe their coach was rough to them if they have been an athlete. Maybe their parents told them their whole lives that they need to lose weight or gain muscle or whatever it may be. Maybe they've been bullied for their looks. Maybe they are short and they feel like they need to compensate by being bigger and stronger. Whatever it is, if they have any kind of odd relationship to exercise, diet, nutrition, and their body image is super important to me, because that will affect the way I talk to them. That will affect the way I write the program. That might affect whether I give them a sample meal plan or multiple meal plans, or whether I give them macronutrients and teach them how to track. Okay, so first, video call. Hash all the things out. They ask me all the questions. And if at the end of the video call, they're like, all right, I'm comfortable with you, I'm gonna sign up. I provide them with a link through which they pay. It is a monthly subscription. Whenever a client feels comfortable, they pay, and that's when their first month starts, or I would say like 2 to 3 business days from there, because that's how long I need to write my program. I don't write it instantly. I might have other stuff in the day. I might be calling that client and then have to go help out parents, I don't know, monitor things at home, update other people's programs that have been in line for that day. So yeah, don't expect me to immediately provide you with a program right when you pay. Please don't expect anybody to do that. People have lives. They're going to put you in the queue of the tasks to do, which for most people takes, I would say, from a day to 5 days. For me, it usually takes about 24 hours. So I'm going to open up usually an Excel sheet on my computer or a paper document if that's what I have available, and fill out the information about this client and start drafting their program. The program that includes training, recovery, or any kind of PT. If I feel like they're limited in their mobility, usually in ankles. For some reason, I've written more ankle PT than like any other PT, because people who cannot squat deep and their heels lift usually need ankle PT, not hip PT. And everybody just ignores ankles. They think that their hips are too tight. Their hips are usually kind of tight, but not the main issue. Anyways, and thoracic spine PT that nobody wants to do. Very annoying. If you want a large bend, you need to learn how to arch. I have a separate video about that. Please check it out and do your thoracic PT that your coach or your physical therapist gives you. I beg you. Thoracic PT, very important for us T-Rex office looking people to open up your shoulders and actually walk with a straight back. Okay, anyways, I start drafting the program. I start drafting some PT. I usually do not give them macros right away if they bought a meal plan and an exercise program. Why is that? That is because I want to see their habits and their details on eating first. So if the person is comfortable tracking, I will ask them to track a couple days of eating and their body weight and water intake. Or if their water intake is like consistent, if it's a gallon a day, then I'm not worried. If it's a liter a day, which I find out a lot of people, that's what they're drinking. That's how much they're drinking. They're drinking basically a big glass of water and calling it a day. Not cool. I'm gonna have to find out ways to get more hydration into their regimen. But regardless, I ask them how to track, and then I see, okay, you're averaging this many calories, you're averaging these macros, and your body weight trends are as such, and then I can use that data to draw some recommendations from what I think they should be eating for their goals, and that will be adjusted by their actual metabolism, how they eat, their habits. Rather than using some dumb online calculator that they can use themselves without me, they don't have to pay me money for that. You can just Google, how many calories should I eat? How much protein should I eat? And you'll find all of the calculators, different ones, and try them all. You can do that without me. I use the information they provide and formulas and my experience to give them some suggestions, which usually will be plus minus like 5 grams for each macronutrient. Could be up to 10 grams if their goals are not to like lose or gain weight, but to kind of maintain and mainly just age gracefully or get stronger or not super physical changing goals. So they will usually get the macro recommendations in about 5 days or a week because I need data first. If the person is not comfortable tracking, if they've had eating disorders, if they hate tracking, if they're new to tracking, then we'll probably talk. If they're new to tracking, I'll send them instructional videos on how to do that, and I might get on a video call to talk about that. If they've had eating disorders and they're not comfortable tracking, then I will give them a couple options right away based on their meal preferences, on their food preferences and allergies, on breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What should they eat? They will give me feedback after they either eat those things or don't eat those things and tell me, okay, tofu scramble, love it. Tofu pancakes, not making it. What the hell is that? Seitan, I'm not a fan of gluten. I don't have an allergy, but I have a problem eating gluten. Okay, whatever. We're replacing gluten. Fake meats. I have these available. I have these stores. I've written store recommendation for clients. I might not know what stores are available in the part of the world that you live in. If you live in Britain, I have no idea, man. If you live in Germany, also no idea. If you live in the US, I probably have some clue and I probably can give you some decent recommendation based on the stores that you shop at. But you have to tell me. So they will get some ideas for the meals. And people who I give macros to can also get ideas for the meals if that is something that they find useful. So the next step, the most important step, I find this step is what most coaches who don't spend enough time with their clients are lacking, is requesting the videos of their lifts. Like all powerlifting clients, all powerlifting coaches will usually request that. Non-powerlifting coaches, like weight loss or fitness coaches, usually kind of ignore that, which drives me up a wall. I will request the videos of their bench, squat, deadlift, If they are a power lifter, if they are not, if they're just an average gym goer, there can be different exercises. For example, there can be push-ups instead of bench, clearly body weight squat if they haven't done any kind of squatting before, maybe with support as in a chair or a wall or a band, whatever. I will send them a couple options in forms of videos of like, try this. If that's too hard, try this. But I need to see how they do the thing. I need to see their deadlift. You're a human being, you pick up shit from the ground. I need to see how you pick up shit from the ground, even if you've never done a deadlift. Okay? I need to see what people default to when they don't think about it. And then I need to see in the gym what they actually do when they're under load. Those things, if they're a beginner, they're going to send me some, things without weights usually or with bands. If they are not a beginner, if they are a power lifter, bodybuilder, Olympic lifter, they will send me the maximum close to maximum load or the maximum load of that exercise. If you're a power lifter and you can squat 200 kilos, I have no interest in seeing your 100-kilo squat. Zero. I have zero interest in seeing your loadless, barbell-less squat. The fuck is the point of that? I need to see how your technique changes when you're close to your maximum load, because that is the most important feedback that a coach can have. Otherwise, why are you hiring a powerlifting coach? There, all of your mistakes come out, all of your potential technique breaks come out that need work on, your weaknesses show, your strengths show. That is literally the most important data, and it has to be fresh. It has to be within, hopefully the last month, but fine, the last 2-3 months, that's fine. That works. If you've recently competed or if you've recently tried some maxes, great feedback. They can be rep maxes too. They can be doubles, triples, tens, not so much, but if that's all you got, send it over. I might ask folks to go test stuff unless they've been like just recently on vacation and are mentally and physically unprepared to test maxes, or unless they don't have a spotter, unless they don't feel comfortable. Like go up to 80%, 90% if you know your RPEs, if you know your percentage, and film this and send this to your coach in the beginning before they write a program. Otherwise, it will be a lot more random than what you need to pay for. You're paying for fixing your weaknesses and adding strength to your already existing strengths. You're looking to improve as much as possible by hiring a coach, I hope. And I'm hoping I can do the most improvement to you, potential client, rather than writing random shit because I haven't seen how your body moves. So the most important thing, the videos of your lifts, please have them. If you ever apply for coaching, film me some stuff, send it to me on Instagram, on Facebook, wherever is convenient to you. Upload it to YouTube as unlisted and jot those into the coaching application so I can see how you move while reading your coaching application. And we can have the most productive half-an-hour conversation before I either take you as a client or not. Cool. All right. We've gotten through the application part of the process. The onboarding. For folks who have never been to the gym, I have an app that I use where there's a video of every single exercise that they might want to do at home, in the gym, with bands, while traveling. I have an exercise library of about 500 exercises that I have filmed, and some of the exercises I have bought if they are standard. So your program will be built out of those. Everything will be with video instructions. You will not have questions. You will not have to Google things. If you're a powerlifter, I might write your program using an Excel sheet because you already know how you squat. You don't need to see some chick to squat, even though, please look at my squats on this channel. I think they look dope. I have great squat videos, but you already know how you squat. I need to see videos of you. It's the other way around, okay? So for the clueless people, the app with videos that gives you high fives when you're through with the workout is fantastic. For the people who are not new, the Excel sheet makes more sense and saves time for them and for me because I write it in the Excel sheet right away. And as they go through the program, whether it's by percentage or by RPE, they can put in their weights that they've done that day. And then I get videos from them using Telegram, which you can message me on Telegram if you'd like. It's Katya V. Gorbacheva on Telegram. You can shoot me a message. If you are sharing exercise videos, if you want to apply for coaching, I guess it's another very informal way to apply for coaching. I have a Telegram channel in Russian for my Russian clients. So that's why I have this public Telegram that I can share with you, dear friend. So before and after pictures are useful for me to look at, especially if a client is like, oh, my scoliosis is severe, like I have this pain. I might want to look at them, but it's mostly for them. It's mostly for us to have the before pictures so that later they're like, ooh, I feel like 10 weeks dieting and I've achieved nothing. And I'll quickly compile the before and after and send it to them. And they're like, never mind. My coaching app, the one with the fancy videos and chat and all of the other functions, it can compile before and after pictures for you. You don't have to ask me. You can just check your before and after by yourself, which is also a nice function. So yeah, for the new folks, we can chat there. Their program can be there. I will upload their nutrition recommendations there. Everything is in my coaching app, which is nice and convenient because you have it in your pocket. And you open your workouts in the gym, you fill out your weights, you fill out how you did, and I see how many workouts you have throughout the week. I see how much you've walked if you connect your smartwatch. I see how much you ate if you connect either MyFitnessPal or my coaching app has a tracking capability as well if you track inside of it. So solves a lot of problems. For the folks who don't want to use my app and like they're a power lifter and they fill out the Excel sheet, I will ask them at the end of the day to put their macros and calories and their steps and their body weight in the Excel sheet as well. Sorry, body weight goes in there in the beginning of the day. You go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, then you put in your body weight, okay? And then at the end of the day, macros, resulting macros. Cool. So that's about how it goes. I check it out every once in a while, usually like twice a week or whenever they send me videos, I will check out the videos. I will send them form feedback pretty much immediately, usually within the same day, but it could be next day if I'm super busy, within 24 hours for sure. I don't usually work weekends, but sometimes I do. So if you send me videos or questions throughout the weekend and they're short or I am available, I will answer right away. But I try to spend weekends with family. So I have a life as well. And I also sleep sometimes. So regardless in which time zone currently I reside, folks will get a response within a day from me, within a business day. And we just keep rolling like that. They keep getting the updated program as they go through their week, 2 weeks, however many weeks I've written. They can have the same week, especially if they're bodybuilder, especially if they're a newbie, and they're learning how to work with barbells, because the majority of the use, majority of the money that you pay me for is my time looking at your videos and sending you feedback and also talking to you either via text or via video call, weekly, bi-weekly, however it is more comfortable to you. Since I'm pretty active with text, the majority of people don't video call me anymore, which is kind of a bummer. When I used to have enough clients who liked video call, we had a group chat. You can check the podcast on this channel. That's what it was. It was really nice. It was really useful. So it used to be private, but then we just started hosting it live on YouTube. That was really fun. But now the majority of my clients like texting. So we don't have the podcast. We don't answer questions live anymore. But we can have it. If you sign up for coaching, you're like, yo, Katya, let's have a little chat with all of the clients weekly. We can do that, or bi-weekly. So yeah, you can make it happen if enough people want to do that. And that's about it, folks. Just do their stuff. They get updated programs from me, weekly, bi-weekly, however often they need, depending on how fast they're progressing. They will get updated numbers on powerlifting weekly because that's more important. For weight loss folks, they will get updated macros, or for nutrition folks, they will get updated macros weekly, bi-weekly, every once in 3 weeks, again, depending on how much they're progressing. If their main struggle is adhering to the macros, I might give them more meal ideas. If they struggle more with body image, we might talk more about that. Even though I'm not a therapist, hating the macros might be not the primary thing that is holding them back. It might be their approach. It might be their self-talk. It might be their, dealing with unsupportive significant other or family. Maybe there are no vegan options around. So whatever the support I can provide for the person that they're lacking, I usually focus on getting them that rather than just being like, oh, all of the clients, all of the sheets, updated numbers, bye. I don't think that's the right approach. I think the right approach is talking to people and seeing what they could actually benefit from the most. So people who are falling behind, they would just get a consistent nudge from me, being like, hey, are you alive? Hey. Or like, I've updated your workouts. Do you want to try them? Or I haven't updated your workouts. They're exactly the same as you used to. I've just added this warm-up that you will really like. So even if you don't make it to the gym, try it at the house. Like put on your clothes and do one exercise of each and, something like that. Or I might give them home workouts if they can't make it to the gym or if they're going on vacation. So I try to stay consistent with the people's lives. And as long as the subscription is being renewed, I am there as a constant support for them as long as they need me. And then when they feel like they're ready to graduate in the soul traveling by themselves in their ship of being their own boss and writing their own program, or kind of going off of doing what they feel like in the gym because they've learned enough, because they feel comfortable, and because they've lost the body weight, and because they have diet fatigue. They don't want to track their macros anymore. We can shake hands and stay in touch as former client and former coach until they need me again, or just stay in touch on social media or not stay in touch, depending on what they want and how they feel about working with me. Most folks, I feel like we stay in touch in some shape or form, and I enjoy thinking that like, oh, I was in their life as a coach, I was their first coach, and now they're competing consistently, or now they have kept the weight off for years, and it probably was the seeds that we have planted together that contributed to that very, very much. And it makes me very happy. And it makes me feel like I have a positive impact on the world rather than just like dying at a soulless corporate job, if you know what I mean. So anyways, let me know if this video was useful, if this answered your question on how working with me feels like, on how working with another coach usually goes. I don't speak for all of the industry, but I feel like the decent coaches should have a similar procedure and should be personable and shouldn't take 100 clients and just going through the motions. They should get to know their clients, because people work with people. People don't work with businesses. People have relationships and communities. Otherwise, life doesn't have any joy and everything is pointless. So anyways, that's just me. Thanks for tuning in. And if you are looking to work with me, clearly the coaching application can be found on veganpowerlifter.com. There are also a bunch of free and affordable resources, such as vegan protein infographics. There is a vegan powerlifting starter guide that is also on Amazon and Kindle. If you want to not give me all your money, but give half of it to Bezos, you can buy there. But there you can leave it a review and share the link with your friends if you like my content. I have collected all of my favorite resources, from vegan exercise equipment to specific exercise techniques, and my clients' progress, and what I eat, and my sample meal plans, and how I recover, and scientific literature that I've used that can prove that this stuff works in one 90-page book. Very proud of it. What else is there? There are self-guided programs that you can get that are usually like $30 a month that have also the best of my tips and the exercise library that you can use if the coaching is too expensive, or if you just wanted to try training through a program that has some of my best practices but not is custom made. I will talk to you guys later, and leave any questions that I didn't answer about coaching in the comments, please. Bye.